Yeah. Testing. 1, 2, 3. In the place to be. Bam! Okay. Yeah. Testing. 1, 2, 3. In the place to be. Bam! Okay. Yeah. Testing. 1, 2, 3. In the place to be. Bam! Yeah. Get your feedback here. Testing. 1, 2, 3. In the place to be. Bam! Yeah. Get your feedback here. Testing. 1, 2, 3. In the place to be. Waar wil ik het over hebben? Er zijn zoveel topics. In ieder geval, ik heb een... Misschien weet je dit of misschien weet je dit niet. Ik volg heel veel trainingen. Heel veel informatie krijg ik tot me. En dat is precies wat ik wil. Ik wil constant in een positie verkeren waarbij ik aan het leren ben. Ik ben super nieuwsgierig, super analytisch. En ik gebruik die twee dingen om mezelf scherp te houden. Dus wat het betekent is dat ik, laten we zeggen, ik ben wakker geworden 7 uur, half 8, 9 uur, whatever. Dan, okay, I'm going to switch this up in English because, I need to cater my international friends. So when I wake up in the morning, like sometimes 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, doesn't matter what time, I always have a program or not, because I have like a very, I don't want to say intuitive life, but I don't have a regular schedule. Now I do a little bit more than before, because now I have twice a week that I teach at a school, music for the kids. But it's music is like limiting the experience of music. So I don't come in with the drums, I don't come in with a set of guitar, bass or whatever, a trumpet. I just come in by myself, and I have my online videos to support it. And the music experience that I give them is the understanding of my philosophy about dealing with music. And by dealing with music, I ask them to deal with life. So they deal with life in understanding that communication with myself or themselves helps them to understand how to communicate with music and communicate with others, with their colleagues or friends or fellow students. So I might come into class just understanding that I don't know anything about these kids. Now I have a list with the names, and with the names I can just either do a game to find out how they pronounce their names, because this season started last week, and this means I get a new list of close to, I think, 400 names of the kids. You might appreciate that it's almost impossible to start off and knowing all the names, knowing the faces and the names, because I don't have a picture with the names. So I need to create a situation where they will tell me their names, and then I'll make a game of it, and then with the game we do the repetition of it, and by doing that it's easier for me to remember. So the game is part of again, communicating with them for me to get some information who I'm talking to. What kind of kids are these? How can I help them to achieve? How can I teach them? How can I help them discover how they can be a better person. It should give you an idea. We start off with year 1, from year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 8. So year 1, these kids are 5, maybe 6. Year 2, 6, 7. Year 3, 7-ish, 8. Year 4, 8, 9. And then year 5, 9, 10. And then, upwards. Varies a little bit. And then also they have a background that sometimes either they have a poor understanding of English or an excellent understanding of English. Excuse me, Dutch, because I'm doing this in Holland at the moment. By me understanding this, then how should I go into the class and how should I start my class? What are my limiting thoughts? What are the limiting thoughts of the kids? What are the limiting thoughts of the teachers? I rather come in expecting the highest level of participation from these kids. I don't really concern myself about them not understanding the language I speak, the level that I speak Dutch. Me, I'm more concerned, I'm concerned about how can I get them from where they are to where I want them to be, I expect them to be. And if I come in with that mindset, what will happen? 2 things. I will surprise them, because my experience is that most of the time the surrounding does not give them the support of possibilities. So the support that I bring in with my energy, my enthusiasm, is that of somebody that expects you to do well, and somebody that expects you to be great by just trying. So I will applaud you as a kid if you just dare to try. So one of the first lessons that I teach them, I actually take the time out to state this. What I want you to do, this is what I'll say to them. I want you to be in the mindset of just trying. You don't have to be great at it. You don't have to be perfect at it. Just give it a try. And it's wonderful to see the change in dynamics, the change in energy with these kids when I bring them this news. I then say, listen, before anyone performs here, before anyone does something, I want to say something to you. Whatever you feel about what this person has done, whatever you think about this person, whatever your value is about what this person has done, I want you to applaud that person. Applaud that person for just trying. Can we agree on this? Can this be our standard? And they all agree. Of course, 1 or 2 might try me and go after a performance of one of the kids that maybe did not do too well according to his beliefs, and he or she would go, boo, and I will stop the class immediately. And I will walk up to that person, I'll ask them, what was that? What did we just agree upon? Would you like it if we start booing you? And I make it very painful for him or her to understand the rules and then open up the gates for them to start interacting and appreciating and stimulating each other. Because I believe there's too much negativity anyway. So I bring the positive energy, and I bring the energy that will enable these kids to then start feeling that there is more to gain than to lose. So I started off last week in The Hague with 7 classes, new students. Some of them have brothers or sisters at this school, the first school in The Hague, and I came there for my second year, and they start talking to me like, oh, you are this. They knew me because their brothers or sisters told them about me. So that's a big advantage for me. So they were prepared. They were really geared up, prepared for what was coming. And that was quite easy for me then, because I just could set the rules and start, doing what I do best. And it was great. We had 7 classes. It was awesome. So next Thursday, that's tomorrow actually, I will start the 2nd class. And then this Monday, I went to Rotterdam to do the first of a series of, I think 28 this year, classes with these kids. And I'm going to do 8 classes a day. And of course I have a program, but then the program is like backup. I come in and try to figure out what will work the best for this class. And I'll do 8 classes in Rotterdam. So we start at 8:30 in the morning and then do 5 45-minute classes and then have a break, and then we do 3 30-minute classes. It's a lot of energy. It's not a day at the beach, let me be clear. I'm not sitting here claiming that it's easy, but I don't like things to be easy. I like things to be fun, because I want to learn, and I'm learning by putting myself under pressure. But after the first day, I can tell you that I learned a lot from these kids. They came up with a lot of great ideas, and these ideas I'm, drawing them down to help myself to create new programs. So I have a 4-year contract with this school, and what I'm aiming to do is draw out step by step what I'm doing, analyze myself, and then kind of make a program that I could then train other artists or teachers how then to use this, not only in music experience, but also teaching them how to do math or do grammar. Because I believe if you have fun, and this is what happened, I told them about neuroassociative conditioning. I use these words, and they look at me like, what? I said, well, no, it's not that complicated. And I explain it, and I explain how we use it, explain them how they could be auditive in their learning, or visual in their learning, or digital in their learning, or kinesthetic in their learning. I just bring all this information, and I'm showing them how that would work. I told them that I was dyslexic. I told them that I overcame it by do speed reading course or a photo reading course to help me basically make pictures of the letters and the words, so my brain analyzes very quickly like yours. And then I know, instead of doing Marconi plan, I would say macaroni plan, because my association with the Marconi became macaroni in English. And then they go, oh yeah, I have the same teacher, Winston. I have the same, blah, blah, blah. And then we have a connection there. Then I show them, okay, let's do these steps then. Let me do boom, chuck, boom, boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, boom, chuck, and ask them, so by clapping in your hand, what type of learning is that? And they go, oh, I feel it. So it's kinesthetic. And then with that, then their brains open up. Oh wait, hold on a cotton picking minute. I understand this. I can then go, okay, so let me count it out for you. Is it 1, 2, 3, and 4? 1, 2, 3, and 4. What is it? These are digitals. What is it? Oh, this is a digital way of learning. And suddenly that complicated word, neuroassociative conditioning, digital learning, auditory learning, visual learning, kinesthetic learning, is quite simple. And that's fun for me, because I don't limit the kids to what I believe they can do. I believe that I give them the possibility of me sharing whatever I know. I bounce it back on them of them and they tell me, oh, this is too complicated, then the only thing I need to do is explain it, because then they understand it, and then we can go fast forward. And we've had situations where the regular teacher, she got accustomed to my teaching style, and then like a colleague came in that didn't know I was teaching and came on to have a sit-in to see what's up. And she heard all these words, like, let's say, big words. She looked at the kids, she looked at me and looked at her colleagues and, what? I don't even know what he means. And these kids do, yeah. They are accustomed to this stuff. So what I'm trying to say here, I'm saying basically, hey, if we are teachers, if we are trainers, if we are whatever you are sharing information, I believe you should give the highest, the best you can, and don't limit yourself or your participants or your students' learning process to the thinking that you have. Test it, bounce things off, and let them tell you. It's like a bat. A bat doesn't know where it's going, wants to get out of a certain place. He or she will bounce off with the sound and then find a way around obstacles or the entrance or the whatever exit. And that's how I live. That's how I do. When I do my goal setting masterclass here, last time we had a session here with 12 people, and of course everybody has their limitations. Everybody, if I ask you now, okay, let me say I want to ask you about your financial situation. I don't know what amount of money you're making, and it's you would say it's none of your business. That's true. But let's say it was for the setting that we have, let's say you were making 15, 20 euros an hour, and I would ask you, how would you feel if you would make 50 euros an hour, or dollars, whatever you feel? Do you feel you get feel like happy, or are you like, whoa, but then I need to do this and I need to do that? If you're going into the direction of, oh, but then I need to do, that's not what you want to be. The question was, how would you feel, and would you feel happy? Yeah, that could be a goal. You could write it down. You could say, I want to make $50 an hour. And by setting a goal to make $50 an hour, you can then set that goal, write down why you want to have these $50 an hour, and then talk to somebody about it, as we do in our sessions. And then that person will react back onto you. I believe you. You sound congruent. And if that person tells you anything, gives you any feedback, you naturally want to react and say, oh, that's not what I meant, or whatever. In this session, you don't even talk back. You just listen to the feedback. That's it. That's hard for a lot of people. For me also. But then as you get the feedback, and you take the feedback as like a warm shower, and you integrate part of what you're learning, then that's a great step to be. Deal with feedback. Negative feedback. Feedback is feedback. Positive feedback. It's just feedback. It's just you having to filter what is important for you. So back to the kids. Okay? If I go into the class and I bring this kind of energy, what do you believe? Will these kids have a better chance of understanding themselves, or understanding how to be better achievers? Or in a better way, will they be more balanced? Yes or no? What do you think? Well, my experience is that they are more balanced. My experience is that they come out that closet, the mind closet. They expand their thoughts. And that's just the way I am. This is how I always was. When I started as a drummer, I believed that everything was possible for me to do as a drummer. As long as I believed it, I could do it. I could just perform. I could play with any performer, any band. I needed to prepare myself, because if I put that thought in my mind, it would happen. I was prepared to be a substitute drummer. I was prepared to create a niche market for me as a drummer. I am prepared to be the best storyteller I can be. I am prepared to be the best public speaking trainer I could be. That's why I call myself a public speaking architect. Because I don't want to be in the same realm as other people. I want to dominate my thoughts about what I can do. Because there are many people that will always tell you, maybe you can relate to this. They will tell you, no, you can't do that. No, that you can't do that. They'll tell you it's not possible for you to do that. And we believe them sometimes. And I'm telling you, let them think that I cannot do it. That's great for them. For me, I have a different set of minds. So I believe I can do almost anything I put my mind to. So I cannot fly. But I believe if I start paying attention to flying by myself, I could create something that will enable me to fly. There are people now that can fly with like tools, but they are able to fly. So I believe in possibilities. That's my frame of thought. What do you believe in? What are you focusing on? That's what I'm talking to you now. Because I understood that I should share more of my thoughts with people. I understood that for myself because I have my team working with me, and I sometimes share things with them, and they say, "Wow, this is such a deep, profound information you're giving me. You should share it with other people." I'm not always motivated to talk to a video because this is what I'm doing, but I have to imagine that you're sitting there. So actually, I see you. I feel you, I hear you making remarks, saying, "Oh man, this is BS," or "Oh wow, this is very interesting. I never thought about this way." Whatever you're thinking, that's okay. I decided to put this out. It was my decision. It's my responsibility. And you might like it or don't. That's fine. If you do like it, and if it's something you can use, be free. Feel free to use it to your benefit, not to hurt anybody. Because these tools, of course, you can use them in a negative way. But I'm teaching you from a positive state of mind. So what have I said? I said you can do whatever you want to, believing that. Put it to mind, take some action, and take another action to it, and achieve. Okay, these were some thoughts I wanted to share with you. My name is Winston Scholsberg. I'm a public speaking architect, and I'm the creator of the West Method, public speaking skills that always works. See you next time. Ciao.